Minasan konnichiwa. Hey, I just want to do a real quick video today because this morning I got a notification from my Duolingo app, which is a Japanese learning app that I use. I opened it on my Android instead of my iPhone today, and normally when I do that, it takes me to the app, but it won't open because Japanese, for one reason or another, isn't an option. Well, now it turns out that it finally is, so I just wanted to go ahead and go over it with you guys real fast. Now, this is not sponsored content. As you guys know, this is how I learn a language, with a bunch of apps and computer programs and books. So Duolingo just happens to be one of them. But since this is a new development, I wanted to go ahead and let you guys know about it. The first thing I noticed upon opening the Android app was the colors are a little bit brighter than on the Apple one. But the significant difference is that there's a whole extra section on the bottom of the screen that isn't on the other version yet. The main screen looks about the same, and the little weights in the lower right-hand corner are a floating icon replace the word practice that's up in the upper right-hand corner of the Apple app, which I think looks a little bit nicer. It has my level on the top right instead, level 20 as you can see. I'm not new to this app. Then you have the dot menu for the settings and the things of that nature. And then on the other side, you have the hamburger menu, in which you can switch seamlessly between languages, and I have no idea why Welsh is on my list. Okay, so first thing, if you hit that little dumbbell in the lower right-hand corner, it takes you right to a practice lesson. Just like the regular skills, they have about 20 questions apiece. Of course, you don't have to finish them. You can go ahead and back out at any point if you don't want to. Now, the learning section is the meat of the app. This is where it shows you all the little lessons that you go through. If they're gold, that means you have them mastered. If they're in color, that means you've started them. And of course, the little meters underneath will tell you how close you are to having them mastered. Now, let me show you the one that I'm working on right now. Now, with each object, you get the opportunity to test out if you don't want to, if you feel comfortable with that lesson. Now, there's 6 lessons in each one. They each consist of 20 questions. There's also an assessment when you first load up the app, so you're not redoing things you're already really comfortable with as well. And I think that helps to kind of minimize, relearning and redoing things that you've already learned. Now, let me show you what one of these lessons looks like. Okay, so what it does here is it just lays out a sentence for you, and then it just asks you to translate sentence. And of course, you can just pick out the words from below. Now, if a word is in yellow like this, that's because it feels like you might not know this word. So you can click it and it'll give you the meaning. Now, you can click on any, or you can touch any word and it'll give you that meaning. So if you run into something you're not familiar with or you've forgotten over time, you can just click on it. And of course, you can always hit the little speaker and have it read to you. And then, of course, you just pick out the words and put it in order. And then, ta-da, you are correct. And you go to the next one, and now it's translated into English. Now, this is one I've always found issues with certain apps, because translating Japanese to English is not an exact science, especially for a Japanese speaker. So you put it into the best of your ability, and here you go. Now it says it's wrong. Now, to me, that feels right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and flag it. Now, what this is I can say, hey, my answer should have been accepted. I feel like that is right. The great thing about Duolingo is that it actually will respond to you. If it feels that you're right, you'll get an email saying it is correct now. So moving forward, when you run into that question, or more importantly, if anyone else runs into that question, it'll be correct. Now, you also have the little bubble above. Now, that's for comments. So if you get a question wrong and you're like, wait a second, how is that wrong? You go ahead and look into the comments and you can see, wow, I'm not the only person who made that mistake. And there's even people in the community that will help to answer that question for you. Now, I really love this community aspect of Duolingo. So it's not just sending off feedback to a nameless, faceless company. It's people in the community trying to help each other out and help each other get better at the language. And I think that's really cool. As you can see, this one has about 5 comments on it. And it has somebody who asks a question, someone who answers a question, and then so on and so forth. So that way, everybody's getting better, everybody's asking questions, everybody's participating. And I think that's a pretty cool thing. Now, another really cool function of this is it actually keeps track of how many you've gotten correct or not. So here, let me show you here. Let me finish this question off real quick. I used a knife to cut bread. You got it correct, and you see it says 2 in a row. So it has my experience points, combo bonus, daily streak, and of course my daily progress there. Now let me show you what happens when you finish a skill. Now you get the normal end screen stuff. Most importantly, you learned a new skill. You also got 2 lingots, which is the in-game currency. And yes, that ad screen does show up after every lesson, but I'll show you how to get rid of that later. Okay, and now you can scroll down to the bottom of the screen and you can see where my new lesson that I finished is now gold. I'm ready to do the next one. Now I'll take you to the profile. Now this is where it has achievements. Nocturnal, one I just got for finishing off a lesson after 10. Early riser, doing an early lesson. And then you have your leaderboard. Now, I don't have anybody that I'm following at the moment, but I got a notification about that this morning, so someone's following me, so let's go ahead and follow her. So let's see. Let me find her name real quick. So it's Fatima. Let's see. 10. No. 19. 10. 6. 1. There we go. Okay. So then let's find her. And there she is. All right. So then let's click on her. So she's doing a lot of different languages. Good Lord. Spanish, German, French, and English. It looks like she's following 18 different people, so I'll go ahead and follow her. So now I am following her. And now it has a leaderboard just between me and her, so I can see where I stack up, and she is clearly way ahead of me. All right, so then let's go to the next section, which is clubs. Now this is my club, one that I established, and this is the feed. So anybody who's in my club, whenever they do anything, it goes to the feed, so I can see what people have been doing while over the course of the day in my club. Now it's not automatic, so it does take some time. So the stuff that I did isn't going to show up automatically. It'll be there in a little while, but not right now. So right now what you're seeing is something from a day ago. Now this shows the name of my club, Club Cali, and this weekly leaderboard is instantaneously updated. So this shows where everybody's standing right now. So I have about 15 members. Not everybody here is speaking Japanese, but they're just from California. Okay, so this is the shop section where you can use all those lingots that you've collected over time. Let's see, you have your power-ups like Streak Freeze, where you can take a couple days off and not lose your streak. Double or Nothing, where you can wager some of your lingots, and if you do a 7-day streak, you can double that amount. And then it has outfits, which I'm not really sure what the point of them are, but I know they're attached to some achievements, so I guess, whatever. Now, as far as Duolingo Plus is concerned, what that is, it's $9.99 a month. You can learn offline. It gets rid of the ads, and I guess it makes it so it can be free for everyone else. I guess it's not that bad, but, you know, if you can do it for free, just do it for free. There's no reason to pay if you don't have to. So that's it for Duolingo. It's a lot of content packed into a pretty small app. So that's it. I've been using Duolingo for about 3 weeks now, ever since I saw a video on YouTube telling me that Japanese was finally made available on the app. I'm looking forward to using the Android one. It looks a little bit nicer, plus kind of looking forward to see what it's like to see how I can collect all the achievements and see how difficult that is. I really like the system of this app. I like getting notifications when people pass me up on the leaderboard. It helps keep me motivated and keeps me focused so I can keep my skills sharp. The only downside is it looks like it might be kind of a short course, but hopefully once I finish the one that I'm on, it'll unlock more. So overall, I give this app a 9 out of 10. That's all I've got for you today. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you'd like more content like this. And if you guys have anything else you want me to review or give my take on, make sure to leave it in the comments section below. And hit the bell so you get notifications every time that I add new content. Alright, so I'll see you guys next time. Mata ne.